Respiratory Physiology Part 2, Carbon Dioxide Transport. All right, so the question is, how do we get carbon dioxide out of our tissues and traveling back to the lungs to be breathed out? Well, the first thing we have to understand is this equation. Carbon dioxide plus water yields the production of H plus and HCO3 minus bicarb. All right, and that's very, very important because carbon dioxide's main transport from tissues to lungs is bicarb, HCO3 minus in the plasma. Okay, so majority of the carbon dioxide that's produced by our tissues travels through the blood via carbon dioxide. Now the question is, how does this occur? Well, carbon dioxide is taken from the tissues and it enters freely into the red blood cell. While in the red blood cell, it binds to water and carbonic anhydrase changes it to H2CO3, which then is later broken down into H plus and HCO3 minus. HCO3 minus gets put back into the plasma via the co-transport of HCO3 minus and Cl minus. So HCO3 minus is put into the plasma while Cl minus is entered into the red blood cell. This is how the process works for carbon dioxide transport until it all the way reaches the lung, where it can finally be diffused into the alveoli and breathed out. Now, lastly, during oxygen loading for hemoglobin, H plus is kicked off of hemoglobin along with carbon dioxide, while subsequent O2 bind. And the reason behind this is because H plus and carbon dioxide bind hemoglobin with lower affinity compared to oxygen. So in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide and H plus will be kicked off of hemoglobin so oxygen can be carried. However, in times of decreased oxygen, carbon dioxide and H plus will be bound to hemoglobin so that it can travel all the way back to the lungs